Hello, everybody. I am Teddy Jenkins, and it's time for a nighttime campfire story.
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy. With the story, I bet I could probably gain back those 12 subscribers that somehow, over Christmas night, disappeared. Okay. So just to give, I'm just gonna say the exact same thing I told you, K Dog, a
Yeah.
second ago. So I want to know in the comments if you've had a psychotic friend before, and I don't mean like a weird friend. I mean like legitimately this person could be committed.
Like
Okay?
gonna murder you.
Yeah, like that level psychotic. Uh, because I may have one. I may have several, but this is the one that's bugging me the most right now. Okay, I won't use any names. Okay, I probably shouldn't do that because you know.
Yeah.
Um,
That'd be
okay,
good.
so we'll just say we'll call this guy Jake. How about that, Jake? Okay, it's Jake
Hmm.
here. Okay, a couple minutes ago. So this has been a thing, discussion, and a argument that's been going for a couple days now, but it's resulted in him recently message spamming me with the words. Let's see, what is it again? It's like
Quote
it's
unquote.
a bunch of swastikas with the words "Hail Satan" in all caps in between them. Now, and once you hear the context of the story, you might actually be thinking that he may not be joking about this. Like this for real, may be real. Okay, so he says "Hail Satan," and he says, I think it's like "F you, you Christian," and he says that like I don't know, like 50 times or whatever. Um,
Or-
okay, so some pretty psychotic stuff, dude. Okay, now most people would interpret that as some kind of ridiculous bad joke, right? Like like a weird internet thing, you know, because people do weird internet stuff. Okay, I'm not so certain about that with this dude. Okay, so it all began. I believe it was about 2 or 3 days ago. Okay, so 2 or 3 days ago. It was three. No, it was 3 days ago. I think. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Okay, so 3 days ago, um, I discovered that this person who's sending me "Hail Satan" messages, um, Jake, is has this friend, okay, who I wanted to play a game with him, and I was like, okay, just invite me and stuff, and he's like, well, I got this friend, okay, this friend is kind of racist, okay, so you probably won't like it, okay. Now, know this about me, okay, I'm a pretty argumentative person. I won't lie about that, okay. Um, I think it's I don't know. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy it more than like a discussion. Um, because I just think I find it more interesting. I don't know why. But so I also, when I see something wrong, okay, I'm this kind of guy. Okay, when I see something wrong that I think's wrong, I completely gotta let the person know. Okay, not in the way of like, you really shouldn't do that. That's not very nice. Like, okay, I'm willing to totally argue whatever the heck anybody wants to argue about. Anything. It could be why the sky's freaking blue. Okay? I'd totally be up for it. So, when I see this, okay, I'm thinking, okay, a friend of mine is friend with this racist dude. And that's just, I don't know what it was. It just, I was like, this doesn't feel right. And so, I tell him, well, okay, if you don't want me to hang out with this dude, then why is it you hang out with him? And he's like, because he's funny. Okay. So then I do the thing that people, for some reason, when they don't like logic, tend to listen to more. which is a massive amount of people who all agree with the same thing, right? Okay, so I go into a call with, we'll call this guy Matthew, okay, Matthew, and another guy named uh, Josh, okay. Now, I inform Matthew and Josh of the situation, okay, like you would. I'm like, okay, here's the situation. We got this dude, a friend of mine, is friend with this dude who's pretty racist, okay. I think we should probably talk to him about, maybe this is not the kind of company that he should be keeping, okay. Now let me ask you this: does this sound at all crazy? Okay, dog.
Yeah.
Does this sound at all crazy? On my part.
Okay.
On my part. What are you, snorting cocaine?
I don't know. It's just glitching. What the
Okay.
heck?
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, I fixed it. This should be good.
Okay.
Sounds pretty crazy.
No. I'm saying from my end, like what I'm doing. Does what I am doing, the way I am reacting to the situation, sound insane at all?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna keep asking you that, okay, as this progresses.
Mhm.
Okay, so like I said, I informed Matthew and Josh of the situation, and I'm like, okay, we should probably talk to this. We should probably talk to what did I say his name was?
The Jake guy.
Jake. Okay, I told him about Jake. Okay.
Yeah.
And they were like, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna invite him to this call, and we're gonna talk to him. We're gonna work this out. Okay, it's gonna be real nice and simple. We're just gonna let him know. I'm planning on this being all calm, pretty simple. Like I'm thinking, okay, this guy's not like an idiot or anything. This guy can probably understand when given a broader perspective. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens, dude? So I invite Jake into the call. Jake then invites the racist dude as well to the call, okay? Now, here's the thing. I have not spoken to this racist dude yet, okay? Dude's in the call for about 2 seconds and screams out, "I hate the N-bomb." Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, should I say it?
Already.
Okay, I'm not gonna say the word. I think people get
No.
okay, everybody gets what I mean. Okay. I then am like, well, I'm out. I decide, okay, I'm gonna make a new call. Cause okay, think about this. Okay, the dude says this as the first thing they says, and then also I'm like, okay, I can't talk about this guy to Jake while he's also in the call.
Yeah.
Of course, because then you pull out like, we've known each other, man, for 7 years. How could you do this to me? Like something like that. Okay. So then I make a new call. Okay. Invite everybody. I invite Jake, Josh, Matthew all into this call, and then Jake invites the racist dude again. Okay. Now Josh and Matthew, okay, have spent about less than 5 minutes in these intervals of changing calls, with the racist dude, okay, without me in it, okay. I then am like, okay, after the second call doesn't work, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make a new call and just invite Matthew and Josh to it, okay. So
Yeah.
I do that, and Matthew's been messaging me, why can't we? Why do we keep leaving Ira? And so then, okay, less than 5 minutes, they have known this racist guy. Okay, less than 5 minutes, and they are informed that this dude is racist and that we are trying to basically have an intervention with Jake. Okay, Matthew.
Oh, okay.
Then says, "Hey, why can't we just invite the racist dude? I like him."
Wow.
And okay, so um after he says this, okay, it partially blows my mind that any human being could have the attention span of a walnut. Um, it, it it continues to blow my mind of that. So after he says that, okay, I then am like, what the heck is wrong with you? You literally forgot everything that I told you in less than 5 minutes. Um,
Wow.
and are now on the side of a dude that we were all basically agreeing was racist. Okay.
Wow.
Um. Whoops! I dropped something. Who cares? Um. So that happened, and and like I said before, I'm a really argumentative person. And I could argue with somebody on anything for like an hour plus. Okay. Um. Most of the time, here's the thing. Most of the time, I do it not like in the for the sake of I want to win the argument, but more like
Yeah.
I just want I want somebody to be able to hear what they're saying. You know what I mean? I want the person, for instance, if I think somebody's saying something insane, I want them to be able to tell themselves what they are saying. As
Yeah.
in, for instance, when you have to explain what it is you think, it's then just there. It's out in front of you
Yeah.
what you think, and you don't do that normally. So,
No.
but okay, this time was different. All right, this time, dude, I wanted to crush this person. I wanted to crush all of their hopes and dreams. Which I don't do. I've never done this before to anyone. Okay, I have never argued with somebody for the sheer effort to try to make this person look like an idiot.
Mhm.
Okay, but when you're freaking saying, and he literally said this guy, we should just accept this guy. And I was thinking, you're talking about like a racist dude. Like you're talking about like a legit a racist dude. Not like a he wore a Mexican sombrero and it's not very culturally, accepting. No, I'm not talking about some like SJW crazy nonsense. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like a legit, racist dude. Okay, so I I I, I told him this. Okay, I didn't tell him why, but I told him I am begging you to argue this with me, and in the back of my mind, I very much wanted to add this onto it, but I didn't because then I knew he wouldn't want to do it. Because if you do, I will show everyone that you are wrong. Which, of course, that would have made anybody leave. Because nobody's going to want to argue with that guy, right? Um,
Yeah.
so I then go. So then he, he then says, why don't we just not? Why don't we just stop fighting? Why don't we just go play a game or something? And at which point I'm like, no, 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 no. You're going to either do this, or everyone is going to know that you gave up, and you're completely wrong. Okay. To which he responds saying, "No, that's not very nice, Teddy. You shouldn't do that to people."
Oh wow.
And dude, this dude was insane too. Keep in mind, this isn't even the guy who sent swastikas and Hail Satan stuff. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and this is a dude who just met this racist guy. Okay, been with him for less than 5 minutes. Okay. Um, he said some crazy stuff. I mean, crazy. Crazy stuff. Okay. I asked him, I literally asked him this question. Do you think we should fight racism? And he said, well, I don't think we should take away their freedom of speech.
Wait, what?
Well, okay. I was just as confused as you. And I told him, I'm not talking about going to Congress and passing a bill that says nobody should be able to say anything that could ever be counted as racist. That it should be just illegal. Um, I I don't get what I. It seemed like a pretty cut and dry question. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Gosh, he said some other really crazy stuff too. One thing he said, dude, was how do we know the guy's not just performing satire?
Yeah.
Okay, which basically what he's implying, dude, is that this guy is just pretending to be a racist dude. The guy is mocking racist people.
Wow.
Okay, so and I told him you could say that about anyone then. Anyone who says anything bad could then be counted as well, they're just using satire. It's the
Yeah.
ultimate. It would be just the ultimate cop out move on anybody's part. Oh gosh, it's late. I'm gonna continue though. So this dude probably talks for me for about an hour and a half. Okay, just arguing this, and this guy's. I mean, this never at any point does this guy give up or like like hold anything back. This guy says stuff that I find completely insane. Not just no, I'm not talking just on the topic. I mean just structurally, the way he like argued stuff didn't even make any sense. Like okay, he denies, okay, that he that I asked him this question and that he said this. Keep in mind, this is the person who, within 5 minutes of meeting a racist person, said, I like him. So yeah, we're not exactly dealing with the person with the largest attention span in the room, okay? So then, what happens is, I asked, the question I asked him was, would you ever be friends with a KKK member? Now, of course, this is just a scenario to get a point across, okay? Anybody could understand that, right? Anybody could understand it's just a simple, situation to make a point, right? Which, okay,
Hmm.
the situation is fairly similar, okay? Got a guy who hates black people, got a group of people who hate black people. Um, would you be a friend with it? See, that's the thing is if you put it as KKK member versus racist person, two very
Yeah.
different things in people's mind, but ultimately similar. Okay. So I tell this guy. So this I tell this. I ask Josh. I mean Matthew this question. Okay. Matthew then waits a few minutes. All these questions though he hesitates on, which was like disturbed by, because they're pretty cut and dry questions. He says possibly, and I ask
Hmm.
him, "You're talking about people that want to like kill all black people," and he says, "Well, how do we know this
Yeah.
specific guy is a KKK member?" And I was just like, "No, you don't get the point. The point was that wasn't I wasn't saying that he was a KKK member. I was saying that like okay, I just literally told you, and it made perfect sense." And then this guy can't at all get this, okay?
Hmm.
So, okay, we're wrapping the conversation up, okay? And I'm like telling him, "You're freaking insane. Like you are completely crazy." And
Yeah.
I'm not even joking, dude. an hour and a half of this, okay? And he tells me, okay, thank you for helping me with my prank video. Did you hear
Mhm.
me?
Yeah.
This guy says that it was all a prank
Oh wow.
for him
That.
to make this prank, okay? And I tell him, no, I'm not accepting this was a prank at all, okay? I don't care if it is. I'm not accepting it. You do not deserve for me to just forget it, okay? Which he kind of actually proves that it wasn't a prank at all.
Yeah.
Later on, actually, it was something else that he messaged me later. Then he's like, okay, enough arguing. Goodbye. Leaves the call, goes to play H1 freaking Z1, and messages me, "Do you have H1Z1?" You can't make this stuff up, dude. Like, really? I mean, you can actually, but you think it should be made up. Like you're thinking right now.
It'd be extremely
This should
hard.
be a joke. Like this should be a punchline. But
Yeah.
okay, so that's day one. Okay, day one through. Day two. Nothing really happens. Okay, nothing really happens. Um, except at the end of the night, end of the day, the Matthew, okay, messages me back, uh, saying, "Get this, hey, I was completely wrong. I talked to the guy again. That guy is freaking insane."
Wow.
And I'm thinking, I didn't even think about this now. That means that it wasn't a prank, because otherwise he wouldn't have said I was completely wrong, as though, he was serious
Yeah.
about it. So this dude, okay, and I didn't even mention this part. At one point, I literally tell him, in their argument, that I'm the one saying we should fight racism, and you're here talking to me saying, and you're the one arguing against me. So what the heck side? Which side is that? You know?
Seriously.
Yeah. So okay. So then that's day two. Okay, nothing really happened on day two. Day three. All right. Day three happens. Um. And day three that's which is today. Um. Or well, I guess it's yesterday since this is being made at 2 a.m. Uh.
Yeah.
So Jake. Okay, so I have had my argument with Matthew. Okay, I said my piece to him. Okay, and now I'm like, okay, now I got to deal with Jake again because I was supposed to deal with Jake and talk to him 2 days ago, but I didn't get the chance to. 'Cause this dude Matthew decides to be his white knight and and come and protect his all of his views on this guy. Um, and I got another guy with me, okay, who also thinks that Matthew and Jake were completely psychotic. Uh,
Yeah.
and I basically just have him there as a way of being a third party that can just kind of be the voice of reason. If Ira ever wants to be like, no, you're not making any sense, dude. You're saying whatever you want to say because you just want to win. Um, that's why I wanted to have him there. So, gosh, this guy took it to astronomical heights of insanity. Okay. Um. So one first thing was we were like, okay, we were like, you know, this isn't cool. We want to, talk to you about this because this isn't cool. And dude, he keeps freaking going. I don't want to be here. Just leave me alone. I don't want to argue with this. And he's basically just he's being just pretty much lazy. Like he has the notion of he actually he literally even says at one point that, like, okay, if you think that it's wrong for me to hang out with this guy, that's just your opinion, and me hanging out with this dude
Mhm.
is just my opinion. And here's I just want to tell everybody this, okay? Because not everybody realizes this. There's always somebody who's right and somebody who's wrong in an argument.
Yeah.
There can both of them can be wrong. Both of them can be wrong though. If you would please stop blowing an air horn into your microphone, that would be wonderful. Um,
That wasn't an air horn. That was Undertale.
oh,
I
um, but
was
so
starting it up.
if what was I even saying, dude? Like thinking about this, I'm serious, dude. Like after I had all these conversations, my brain wasn't working as well. Like I was messing up saying stuff and forgetting stuff, and like everybody noticed it too. Everybody I was talking to was like, "Man, he really messed you up." Like stupidity does rub off. Oh yeah, okay, I remember. Okay, uh, yeah, one person is right and one person is wrong in an argument, or both of them are wrong. Okay, um, or maybe they're both right, in which case, they're both kind of arguing for the exact same thing, and they're just wording it differently. That they think they're arguing for different things. So yeah, never ever 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 say, "Well, that's just your opinion." Okay,
Mm.
because your opinion is garbage if it's wrong. Doesn't mean jack. Okay. So, um, I'm telling this dude all the kind of same stuff I told Matthew of, this and that and this and that. Uh, uh, we'll call this other guy that I have in the call. We'll call him Jeff. Okay. So Jeff is and I are telling him that, and this is just kind of this is something that you could argue on, but when explained makes sense. Okay. Uh, is that if you see something bad happening, okay, and you choose to do nothing, then you are then thereby saying that you are okay with it happening. Because with your actions, if you, for instance, okay, if you didn't want it to happen, and you could do something about it, okay, if you didn't want it to happen, and you did nothing, then you're okay with it, right?
Mhm.
Like, for instance, okay, let's say I got a freaking machine gun in my hand. I'm walking down an alley and I see somebody getting mugged. If I don't do anything, I'm just as responsible as the mugger then. Because then I totally have the power to stop that, but I'm not doing
Yeah.
anything to stop it. Meaning that I'm okay with it happening. Because if I wasn't, then I would do something about it. Because I have the power to do something.
Yeah.
Okay? So I tell him this, to which Jake is like, What? You're insane. You don't make any sense, man. Just you're just so crazy." And then after a little bit of time of more insanity for this guy, Jeff um decides to bring up something that is a bit more deeper, okay, than
Mm.
what we've been discussing. Okay, he's like, hey, Teddy, isn't this guy like supposed to be like Christian? Or he asks, is this guy Christian? Okay, and I'm like, yeah. Uh, and he and Jeff and I are Christian too. Okay, so so Jeff then says, well, okay, then that makes even less sense. Everything that he's saying, because isn't it like okay, you think of a Christian person doing something. I don't care about anybody. I'm just talking like in general. You think that person would try to fight anything evil that they see, right? Like they would just generally do the right thing. Like they do,
Yeah.
you know, the right thing in if they could help it every situation. If they could probably every situation. Um, that's probably just the general philosophy of a lot of at least the majority of Christian people.
Yeah.
So then like okay, then Jake gets very defensive. um Now Jeff is a very unsubtle person. Okay, he's a straight shooter. Okay, a very straight shooting person. All right, the he lays it down thick on him, saying that well, okay, how is it that you're a Christian but you think that you shouldn't fight racism? Because isn't that like defeat a lot of the purpose? You know, there's like verse in the Bible, like you know, all men are created equal. Uh, there's one says that you know if you see evil and do nothing, then that's a sin. You know, there's
Yeah.
stuff after stuff of where you know you're basically supposed to fight racism. That's basically just a general thing. Um, so then he gets even more defensive, and he says, well, okay, what is it what is it? He asks, what is it called when you're like a Christian but you don't like religion?
Um.
No.
um.
That's what he. That's I'm serious. That's what he asked, and I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Okay, I won't say it's retarded, because I just don't like to use the word. Um, it's freaking idiotic. It's the dumbest thing I have ever heard a human speak. I have heard a lot of dumb things. Okay, I have heard insanity before. Okay, I have heard stuff that Hitler probably would have clapped for. Okay, that, that is out
That
of this
sounds pretty
world.
bad.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure that I've heard some stuff that now when I say that Hitler would have clapped for, I mean uh, the rhetoric that is used, not necessarily the um, subject matter he would agree with. Does that make sense? Just the way that
Mhm.
somebody says it. For instance, I heard well Hitler. I'm not sure if Hitler would have thought this was awesome or not. I mean, I know he did this with the subject matter he would disagree with, but it was this I saw this video. It was just these two people doing I don't even know like rap poetry, which is the dumbest freaking thing I've ever heard. Um, about how all newborn white males are too privileged, and and how it was they were saying stuff like you'll never have to worry about cops. um, you'll never have to look behind you worrying that you're going to get stabbed. Um, which dude, okay, that's racist on like two different levels. Okay, it's racist on the fact that you're assuming that all white people have easy lives, and B, it's assuming that all non-white people have super difficult lives. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. So. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Hitler probably would have been like, you know, quite a great speech. May not agree with it, but quite impressive. So yeah. Okay. So then this so this dude asks what a Christian who doesn't like religion is. To which we say that that's the dumbest thing that's ever been said ever, because like Christianity is a religion. Um. So I think oh yeah, this is where where, where Jeff being that straight shooter really shines, because he says, this is a long freaking story. I'm so sorry. I meant for this to be shorter, but I gotta give the detail. Um, so Jeff, dude, most straight shooting person I have ever met before, asks the question, well, like, do you really like? I mean, do you believe in like God and like all this? It just goes through like the whole Jesus died on the cross, God made the universe, basic Christian stuff. Okay, um,
Mm-hmm.
and and then he says, well, and he asks him like, do you believe in the Bible? And he's like, well, like some of it. Um, and then one of us asks him, and there's people who are like that, but then one of us asks him,
Yeah.
um, well, like, okay, what parts of it do you not think are real? And he's like, well, I mean, I don't think God made the universe. I don't think that God made like people. And he was saying like he thinks that the Big Bang happened and that evolution is real. To which I could have argued on him those two things.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that like, okay, how does matter not like, okay, how does the absence of matter create matter? Because if, for instance, if
Yeah.
matter can't be created or destroyed, then how exactly did matter come into existence?
Yeah,
Right.
it can't just be created by an explosion.
Right. And for
Explosion.
instance, the absence of matter can't create anything. Okay. So if there's nothing, which, okay, I'm sure that there's a many scientists who are like, well, there wasn't nothing, there was something else. Um, but I won't argue that. But basically, most people would say that the Big Bang is there was nothing and then there was explosion and then there was everything. Um, but yeah, if there, it would be impossible for there to be nothing and then stuff, because nothing can't create something.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, okay, I can't make new matter. Nothing can make matter. Wow, more snorting some more cocaine, are we? Um, okay, so then so then Jake basically goes on to say, okay, I reject God. I guess I'm not
What?
Christian at all. I mean, seriously, dude, this guy like goes full blown mental, and he's like, I guess I disagree with some things in the Bible. Okay, God's not real. I completely disown everything that I have believed up to this point. Um, dude goes. I mean, this dude has like a full blown mental breakdown. Um,
Yeah.
and then so then later today. Okay, so we basically he leaves the call because he gets too salty. Um,
Yeah.
later then, I see him playing Payday 2. Okay, and I decided to message. I messaged him a joke, just to, cause okay, he says constantly, listen, I don't care anymore. I listen, it's your opinion. It doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. We all have our own opinions. It's that kind of thing. And you know what I do?
What?
I message him. You playing with the KKK?
Oh.
and because here's the thing, if he doesn't care, okay, then he won't say anything. All right,
Yeah.
just how it is. Okay. A little while later, says, as a joke, of course. Um, and then I now here's the thing. In the time between our first argument and now, and this happened like a couple, like less than an hour ago, that he started messaging me again. Um, in the time between those two discussions, I've told several other people. I've told our circle of friends what has happened. All of them think that Matthew and Jake are completely psychotic. Um, uh, probably for good reason. So I tell them, how on earth can you do this? Like, how can you sit there, argue all this, when literally all your friends are telling you that this guy's racist. You're defending a person that everyone is agreeing is racist. Um, and then even Matthew, who is also psychotic, agrees with all of us. Like, when even the most insane of people agree with you, there's gotta be something to that then, right? Like, if the crazy person agrees with all the sane people, dude, that's like a blood moon coming out. Like, just a straight up red moon appearing. No, 3 blood moons, all at the same time. Full blood moons. 3 of them, okay? That's how rare this occurrence is. So, and I tell him this, okay? And I don't even remember what it is he says. He says something like, well, I don't care. He's basically just like, I don't care. Too bad. It's your opinion, my opinion. And he continues to be like, shut up, you're annoying. Stop talking to me. And I'm like, if you didn't care, then you wouldn't still be messaging me.
Yeah.
To which he goes silent for a little while. And then begins to spam swastikas and Hail Satan. Woo. Spams are probably like, messages me probably that 50 times. To which my response is, dude, you are freaking insane. Like, this, and this is like exactly what I said, I think. This is like a full mental breakdown. To which he did not say anything back, and still has not said anything back. So that's it. That's what happened. Over 3 days. Oh my gosh, this has probably been the most interesting 3 days that I have had in a long, long time.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. How will I tell my parents? I just like meet up with them and I'm like, hey mom, hey dad, yeah, I met this great guy. We're saying Hail Satan, sending me swastikas. Oh gosh, dude, like dude, think about this dude. I knew this guy. I've known this guy for like over 6 months. Okay, this dude's not insane. No, probably over like a year at this point. Never known this guy to be crazy. Okay. Never thought this guy to be racist. Okay. The dude is so okay. I said before, like at the beginning of this, that you could probably say that the whole Hail Satan thing, that was probably some kind of weird internet thing, right? Do you still think it was just some kind of weird internet thing after everything else that happened?
No.
Yeah, because I mean, dude, how does this transition happen? You know what I mean? Like, okay, I just want to say this. This is why you freaking choose all the people you hang out with very carefully. As in, you should freaking analyze who you hang out with and why. And if it's actually good for you. Because, dude, you could end up like Jake here, hanging out with this racist dude, and then sending people messages with swastikas and Hail Satan. Don't be Jake. Holy cow, dude. I can't. It's almost, dude, just... it's almost too much to bear. So K-Dog, what's your thoughts of the story? K-Dog? K-Dog. 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 Hello? Well, he's gone. Uh, maybe his brain melted from the story. Mine certainly tried to kill itself. Yeah, guys. Don't be idiots. Don't be psychotic. When everybody's telling you something, just think about it. Um, don't hail Satan. Don't send people swastikas. Um, yeah. Just I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know what could possibly inform anybody of what. Okay, okay, dog. If you could send one PSA about what just happened, about the story that I just told, to everyone here, okay, everyone that's watching this, what would it be? If you could tell them all one thing, just what would it be?
Well, just choose your friends wisely. Don't choose psychopaths, and yeah.
Okay, okay. I would say also, don't be an idiot and like think things through. Think about what you say. Think about what you do. Think about what you believe, and don't like I said before, don't hail Satan and send people swastikas, cause that ain't cool, bro. And that's it. Okay. Got everything I wanted to get off my chest. K Dog, thank you for being my ventilation system, and he's gone again. Well, everybody, that's the end of the video. Goodbye.